Hey, what is up guys? GuitarRock here. Welcome back to another Brown Dust 2 video. Now let's talk about a very common misconception about Brown Dust 2. Alright, so this is something that I see a lot of players have been talking a little bit about. Now what is this thing about? Let's show you guys a comment by a fellow viewer of mine. So let's see. So this is going to be a comment that you can see by Jawbone Dis. Okay, Jawbone Dis asks, is the story pack 13 hard? Alright, I have stopped. What is this? Let me highlight this for you guys. I stopped at a story pack 8 because my CP is very low right now. I have 50k combat power. Do you think it's enough power to clear up to story pack 13? I haven't unlocked UR gears, but I invested a lot on 4-star gears. Now, this is something that I see a lot of new players come into Brown Dust 2, right? If you are new to the Brown Dust 2, I see this misconception going on around. Not really a misconception, but rather it's like people might not be super familiar with how Brown Dust 2 works. So hopefully in this video, I can clear that for you guys. Alright, so combat power in Brown Dust 2 is irrelevant. Irrelevant, zero relevancy. Let me show you guys some examples right now. So this is going to be the post-summer night. As of the time of me posting this video, you can see the event is finishing soon, right? So what is this all about? So if you notice, I'm going to jump into the challenge battle. This is going to be the hardest stage ever. Alright, the hardest stage of the challenge battle. We're going to go all the way down to the stage 15. Alright, you can see suggested CP is like 110,229, right? I'm like 34,000 and I can still beat this. I can still beat this with 3-star. So the combat power in this game is going to be less relevant than you think. Alright, so it is not going to... I understand that a lot of you guys, maybe you come from a different game altogether. So when you come from a different game, alright, it is going to be a little bit... the perspective there is going to be like all over the place because like a lot of games, they want to have this combat power as an accurate representation, but in Brown Dust 2 it's going to be less accurate, right? Now you can see right now I'm going to go in, I think my face cam is blocking the HP of the enemies, right? So you can see this boss has what, 410,000 HP. All of these guys have like 100k HP, which is insane amount of power that they have, right? So I'm going to zoom in for you guys so you guys can see like this boss has 410,000, 140,000, 144,000. This is a lot of HP, right? Everyone has like insane amount of HP, but still, I will be able to beat the stage, alright? So we are going to abuse Helena right here, and also what's her name? Diana, to try to give everybody the... So Diana is, again, I want to like try to give you guys a little bit of extra insight. Diana is very strong for a lot of challenge stages for this kind of event, because most of this time property damage is going to be good. A lot of people also ask what is property damage, right? Property damage is basically the elemental advantage. So wind is good against water. So enemy is water. You can see, right? This is the enemy's one, water. So all the enemy is water. So you as a wind character is going to be able to do a bunch of damage. Alright, so we are going to go all in right here. Alright, I'm just gonna go in with Dalvi, boom, Angelica afterwards, and then Venaka afterwards. So destroy the enemy with my low CP, low combat power. Look at that. Okay, so boss is still alive, but it doesn't matter because Venaka is gonna destroy both of them. As you can see, extremely breeze, very easy. There's just no... Oh, look at that. Venaka does so much. Way more than Dalvi. But yeah, hopefully that makes sense, right? I think this is something that I see a lot of players ask. I am almost... I would say almost 3 times less power than the enemy suggested CP, but I'm still able to beat it. Now, why is that? I think this is very important to know why. This is going to be the most important thing. Now, every season has this thing called the seasonal element, the extra element that gets boosted, right? Now, right now, you can see Wind is getting the boost. But I think as of me finish recording this video, by then, this season for Wind is going to end. Alright, so Wind, if you play Brown Dust 2, it is encouraged for you to build multiple different elements of characters. Don't just focus on one element, alright? Because there's this world buff that is going to take place every single time. So Wind is going to end soon, as you can see. The world buff rotation, July 3rd until July 17. Wind, alright? before July 17 maintenance. Okay, we are still going to have wind, and then for I think 1 more week, and then we're gonna change to a different one. Alright, so always follow this. After wind ends, it's going to be light, because how you want to know the seasonal element is just follow the boss that they're gonna introduce, the Fiend Hunter. Whatever element that's good against that boss, or usually just based upon the characters, right? For example, like the next character is going to be Justia. Justia is a light type, so she's going to get that boost. Now let's show you guys in the story as well how this is going to be very important. And a lot of players have constantly asked me, yo GuitarRock, how do you, you know, like, one more thing is how do you constantly find the hard and very hard stages, right? You just find for Alien, which is this girl right here. So that is the girl that sits on top of the TV, so we just got to find her. Then you can talk to her, and then you can unlock the hard and very hard stages. So I'm going to come here and Alien. So you can see, if I talk to her, you can see the suggested CP is 56,000. But my current CP is 42,000. And I hope a lot of players realize this, even though you have less CP, don't get discouraged, alright? Just give it a try, because I still think that you should give it a try and try to go in and try to beat this, because when I make this video, I really want you guys to be aware that you can actually beat a lot of these. And let me just jump into a battle. I don't want to spoil the story for this particular chapter. Okay, so again, we are in a combat battle now. So let's show you guys a little bit more things that you can learn, right? So again, the seasonal battle boost, you can always notice it in the top left. You can see right here, right? This one is going to be the collection buff that you have. I'm currently at 80% for attack max. And then you can see this one, Season of Wind. Oh, apparently it's ending in 3 hours more. All allies wind damage is increased by 50%. Alright, so keep in mind this is going to be the important one. So, what does this mean? This means that now, I know a lot of you guys probably started the game recently, and maybe you opt in Dalvi as well, right? Dalvi is a very, very strong character. And some of you guys maybe put for Venaka as well. Now, once the wind season ends, they're gonna feel slightly weaker, alright? Because 50% boost to the, was it the damage here? 50% increase in damage is quite a lot actually, right? So they are going to feel significantly weaker. So if you feel that your Dalvi is suddenly weak after the season ends, don't worry about it. That's just how it works. That's how this game works. I think it's very good in a way, in terms of trying to keep the meta in check, right? So not one strong character. So for example, if you have one broken character, like in other games, that character is always going to be broken. But in Brown Dust 2, because of this seasonal rotation that is going to rotate around to every single element, it does make it less that way, right? So there's no one like extra strong character that's like super broken that's going to be used every single time. But you always want to abuse the buff system. For example, like if you're trying to push hard story or very hard story, you want to always try to take advantage of this, right? Because this is how you are able to push, ideally in the Evil Castle content or any PvE content generally, right? So something that's very important. One more thing you can also notice, because all of these calculations and the buffs and stuff, you can see, for example, let's look at my Venaka, alright? My Venaka is going to be... Okay, so notice my Venaka is doing about 9.6k to this guy, alright? And I'm not going to kill them whatsoever. And again, these things are not accurate. I hope you guys are aware by now, right? It doesn't take into calculation your buffs. For example, I have Helena buffing first. It doesn't take into consideration the seasonal thing as well. So even though it says 9,600 here, but you can see I'm gonna do way more. Alright, I'm gonna do like probably like I would say like 10 times more. There, 104,000. You guys saw that? That is like an insane absurd amount, right? So you can see those things are never accurate. So take everything you see with a grain of salt, and you know, don't be afraid to experiment in the combat and try out different various strategies, right? It's very, very important, you know, things to keep in mind. Definitely, I'm surprised they didn't die right there. What element are they? So these enemies are wind type. Very interesting. Okay, so I'm going to go with someone that I don't really use often anymore for that particular season, but I think she's going to be very useful here, which is, I think, one of the better characters, Maid Leatrice. I'm a big fan of Maid Leatrice, man. Look at this, the backline is going to get destroyed now. right? Even though this is like a magic team, right? But that's all you need. That's all you need. Dalvi plus mid Latris. Such a good combo, man. Such a good combo. Alright, so that's going to be for this video. I appreciate all of you guys for leaving comments and asking questions on how to improve stuff. And if you guys have any things you want to ask, feel free to, you know, use the comment section. I try to read them and I try to like hopefully make a video about things like that. Hopefully interact with the community a little bit more. And if you want like a more real-time interaction, you can join my Discord as well. Links will be in the description below, and also come to my streams. Sometimes I do stream Brown Dust 2. We'll be streaming tomorrow because of the new chapter. But hey, that's it for now. Take care, subscribe, give it a like, and make sure you guys turn on the notifications. And yeah, have a nice day. Goodbye.